All right, yeah, whatever. Hello, good morning, welcome. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo, with yet another episode of Redstone Lapis Lazuli. Hello, welcome, good morning, happy Sunday. It is I. Yeah, hey, I made it back. Check this out. I'm on this like rail line that I made to the next base I'm gonna make, which is over here ish. Like, I guess it's gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I can eat this whole mountainside. I don't know. Um, but over there it's a skeleton spawner, and over there is is like just a nice little view. I hear somebody shooting at me, but they're missing. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, see. And there's monsters everywhere. I gotta clean this place out still. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just hanging out. Yeah. And here's this guy. He's holding a torch, which means he won't despawn. So eventually I'm gonna cure him and turn him into a villager. But I gotta figure out what kind of villager I need. Like, I don't even know yet. All right. So let's check out what this is over here. And what we have over here is the beginning of a skeleton grinder. Guys, this is a kind of a mess. Yeah, it's not very clear. You can't really see very well. But oh yeah, I guess you can. I'm working on it. I was gonna get I was gonna get a banner so I could see the spawn radius of this skeleton spawner. I want to make sure that everything's like working out all right and exactly where I can stand as I grind skeletons, because the idea is, as with any skeleton spawner, is that the skeletons will spawn, fall into this water stream, and because they're AI, they won't do anything. They won't resist the water stream, and even if they do, they can't go anywhere else, and then they'll fall in here, and then eventually they'll fall into here. And this is a grinder. The pistons will fire in a position, and I'm gonna throw this trident in. Oh geez, ha ha ha! I should put a switch on this side. That's funny. In case you fall in and you can't get out, so you can do that. Okay. So yeah, and then there's a trident in there, and that trident gets pushed around. It gets pushed around. So anything that falls in there is gonna get like grinded up and dies. So what I was working on, which was the next part, was what happens after they die. Well, this hopper minecart would would grab items through the block. That's how these things work. It grabs things through blocks above them, all the way through the block into the hopper minecart. And then the hopper minecart is on 4 of these hoppers. Let me get some light in there so you can see what I'm doing here. So if the items fall in any of these blocks, they're gonna touch this hopper minecart no matter what, and then go straight through into the hopper below. Now, yeah, the the hopper, the minecart's only barely like it's only technically on this hopper, but in Minecraft, technical is all that matters. If it's so if it's technically touching, it's touching. I dig it. Okay, and then so the idea I want to have is have all those items go into this dropper, which you can see there's a bunch in there already. And then these items, I'm gonna make a machine to spit it back out. I was gonna try to figure out how to do this because I couldn't do it the normal way I would do it, which would be like because I can't stick another block next to it. I need another block next to it, and I can't do it. So I got to figure out another method of making this dropper spit out items into a water stream, which is going to flow upward to about, I don't know, here. That way you can watch the skeletons die at the same time as get the items. But you have to be close enough to the spawner for it to be active. So I can't be like chilling too far away, otherwise it won't work. So I have to be somewhat close to the spawner to make the skeletons come out. Maybe I can like just make it like right about there. That way, a nice in-between spot. You can see them die and get the items and still be close enough to make them spawn. The whole point is to make a bunch of bones because I can turn bones into bone meal and white dye. I combine the white dye with the red poppies that come out of the iron farm, and together they make pink dye. Pink dye I need to give to Chanti, who is making a pink castle, and it's baller. Let me show you. This train line, interesting. It's fun, but the problem is it's really like bump, bump, bump. So it's not so smooth. I kind of want to make the train line be a little smoother. So I might remake this line because yeah, like, it's cool to go up real high and then back down again. Look at that guy. He's holding a piece of string. He will never despawn. I need to save him. Wah. Ugh. And then we're on the top of the mountain, going down the mountain. But it's like not a smooth ride. So I'm thinking, how can I redo this? And I was thinking, well, I can make a line that goes straight through the mountain, but then you won't have any view. But I think that's okay, because this is kind of like not a very nice view, the way it's all bump, 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 bump. All right. I came back here. For what reason? I forgot. Oh yeah, to show you what the other castle. Check that out. Isn't that cool? I'm really hard up for wood. I'm getting whatever wood I can get, so I'm gonna chop these down when I get a chance. But look at this castle. Look at that water. Ah, I love that waterfall. That's cool. What a good use of water. And look at that concrete. See, that's what she needs the pink dye for, to make all that concrete. Man, it takes a lot of pink dye to make that concrete. And I like the way she's doing it because she's doing it smart. When I used concrete, I was doing it the dumb way. I would make the concrete, put it out, get it wet, and make it into, turn it from powder into concrete, and then mine it, and then put the block down again. That's so much work. This is the way to do it. What she does is she makes the concrete powder, but doesn't turn it into concrete. She just lays the powder down and then lets the rain turn it into concrete. That way she doesn't have to mine it again. That's smart. That's a really good idea. And look at pink. Pink is such a good color. I mean, concrete is like, man, that's a nice texture. That's nice. Little infinite water source. That's what this is. It's 1, 2, 3. So the middle one is infinite water. If you keep taking water out the middle, the other two will refill the middle one infinitely. So it's infinite water. So maybe she might have been like dumping water on it after she laid the concrete powder. Ooh, working on the inside of the base. That's cool. But you can't make concrete slabs or concrete. Wait, maybe no. I don't think you can make. Can you make concrete stairs? I don't know. I don't think so. Which sucks. You should be able to make concrete slabs. That would look cool. And the waterfall. Look at the nice view she's got. I gotta take that long thing down. I don't need that anymore. That was only there so I could, like in the beginning, so I could find my base back. But now that I've got like that giant gold farm, I can find it. I don't need it there. So cool. Yeah, I don't want to fill this in. I like having a big pond. Although I got to move these animals. I got to move them out of the way because I got to move this wheat field too. Because I got to make this road go that way. So all this stuff has got to move. And then I got to like chop down these trees and make a path through here. Has yet to be done. Sorry, I've been working on stuff. I'm busy, all right? I'm busy. So yeah, this is just a really, really poorly placed train station. But I just needed to get something in. Just to get something in. Just to get something in. Just to get it there. Like, if it wasn't here, I wouldn't have been making that skeleton grinder. So this was here, so I can make the skeleton grinder over there. And then I'll probably tear this out now that I understand that it's not comfortable. I'm going to remake it so that it's always on one level until I have to move up. And if I have to move up, I'm going to move up multiple levels at once, not just like up a line like I've done. I want to do a water elevator to move up and down levels while in the train. And as many straight lines as possible, and without like these or going up and down. It just makes it for a jarring experience, not smooth. Anyways, but I wouldn't have known that unless I made that first line first, right? And to learn, I had to make the first version, the prototype, I guess you would call this. This is Eva 0. And then the gold farm's going nice because I put in a storage system. And this thing is beautiful. I don't know if I've already shown you this, but like I was really proud of this. I stayed up till like 1 a.m. trying to figure out how to fix it. It wouldn't work. At first. Well, here, let me start it. Let me show you how it works. All right. You turn on the trident killer, right? It's the same deal. Let me turn off the fanciness so you can see. It's the same deal. Inside there's a trident and it's moving around. Any bad things that touch it will die. Then I turn on the switch, which will turn on the portal mechanism. So what that does is it flickers on and off this portal here. And in Bedrock, in Minecraft Bedrock, whenever you flicker on portals, you have a chance to spawn a pigman. So Bedrock players like me exploit that fact by making the portal flick on as fast as possible to generate as many pigmen as possible. And the portal is being constantly relit by these by this lava catching these doors on fire, which lights the portal on fire. But the doors never burn. How nice. So the pigmen spawn and they fall into a water stream where they fall into that hole. And they're reduced to 1 health by falling, which makes it easy for them to die. Da da da. See, they all fall down. Yay! Bit by bit. They have nowhere else to go. And they just get processed. They get processed. And as they're processed, they drop their things, which is their gold swords, their gold nuggets, their gold ingots, and their rotten flesh. So all of that stuff, we have to sort through it, and it's a pain. I don't want to sort through it. So this entire mechanism is designed so I don't have to sort through it. So essentially, everything falls through into that hopper minecart thing. I've shown you what the hopper minecart does, right? It can pull items through a block. So all those items that the pigmen drop are being pulled through the block and into this hopper minecart, which puts it into these 4 hoppers. And remember, it's touching, so technically it's touching all 4, and it works for all 4. Now, the first thing it does, it goes through this this item sorter. This right here is an item sorter, and it sorts through all the swords. And if you're a sword, you get routed into this here, which is a cauldron of lava down there. So all the swords go into that cauldron of lava. If you're not a sword, you get sent along this hopper line and that hopper line into this dropper here, or into this dispenser. The dispenser shoots it into this block and into this upside down stairs, which drops it straight down into the water stream. But you see, look it doesn't. It drops on the right side of the water stream, and you can see the items. It also falls on the left side of the water stream. That makes a big difference in Minecraft, because technically they're not on the same side, and in Minecraft technicalities mean everything. So the water, the items that fall into the water stream go along here, and they hit this water thing. But when they hit this wall of glass, they are not yet aligned. They're they're on the right, but not all the way on the right. So you're gonna keep going around until they hit this part. Now, if you see, both the cake and the chest, they're blocks, but they're not full blocks. You see right there, that little tiny piece of cobblestone. You can see that little tiny piece of cobblestone is technically enough to let the items be on that side of the block. Technicalities matter. So because the items are now technically on the other side of the block, the hoppers on that side can pick them up. So all these hoppers are all designed to pick up the gold. The first one picks up gold ingots, and the other ones pick up gold nuggets. You see how the gold gets separated out? No gold passes past this point. Only the rotten flesh. So the rotten flesh goes, and it hits the block to get aligned again, and it goes along to these hoppers, and that's where the rotten flesh gets sorted out. I used to have the system on that side, but it wouldn't work. Why? No reason. It was just the wrong direction. When I changed the direction, it worked. Same thing with the flickering portals. This only works if I make the machine pointing in a certain direction. If I make it pointing in the other direction, I invite death. upon my character. So, so it's very important to build things in the correct direction, and it really, really matters. It really matters. I made this in the wrong direction, and it didn't work. I got swamped with rotten flesh. When I made it in the right direction, now the machine works, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, in the end, the rotten flesh gets burned, the swords get burned and turned into nothing, and all the goodness gets sucked down for my enjoyment. All the gold. This will allow me to make golden carrots, and I don't have to kill cows anymore. Let's turn off some of this stuff. It's kind of loud. Goodbye, evil pigmen. Your conversion into goodness is fantastic. It takes a lot of work. It took a lot of work. See, those items will eventually get sucked up. Eventually. And those are just swords. They get destroyed anyways. All right, so there's that. I love it. I love it. So gold is not a problem. All these guys are set up so I can make good trades and buy whatever I need. Like I can buy a diamond pickaxe for 1 emerald. No problemo. I can get hooked up with anything I need. The iron farm just makes iron. I will be hooked up with whatever I need. I hope, right? I don't see any iron golems yet, but maybe because I haven't been hanging out here a full day. Let me sleep. Let me see what happens. So that storage system that I created, I didn't create it. I kind of stole elements. I didn't steal. I didn't liberate. I copied elements. Oh, there. Yeah, see, it's working. So I copied elements from Navy Nexus's gold farm, and I just rearranged them. All I had to do was copy his elements and rearrange it. And it makes me wonder. I wonder if programming is essentially the same thing. You get a piece of a block, and you get enough blocks of code in order to make something, and then all you got to do is arrange it a certain way, and then you can use it for whatever you want. Like his original design was much bigger, and it was like in 4 directions, and I changed it a bunch. I also updated it because when he made his system here, he didn't have the target block, so I was able to use that and substitute out the obsidian and piston for this, which is nice. So yeah, but I mean, basically I learned, I took someone else's design and I modified it. Again and again and again. So yeah, that's where we're at with Minecraft. let me make some room here, and then I can update my map. Bop. Wood. Put wood away. Okay. So this has been changed now. It's not like this. I can only see a little bit of it, the change. I got to go all the way up there to go to. Oh no, it's coming out. Sort of. Okay, yeah, that's the change so far. Okay. This hasn't changed. Or has it? Kinda. I just got a train line going through it. Train line. Okay. Well then. Let's go. Yeah, let's hang out here. Why not? I don't have anything to show you to like talk about. I mean, I've been like absorbed like everyone else into the Russian invasion of Ukraine. It's been crazy to watch. Like I was expecting the worst in the beginning, and it went nothing like I feared. So I was really glad. But now I'm afraid of what might come because of the unprecedented, well, not because of the great success that Ukrainians have had in repelling conventional Russian forces. I'm afraid Russia's going to start using unconventional stuff like indiscriminate bombing and shelling. Basically, I'm afraid they're going to turn Ukraine into Syria. So, like, everyone's all like, "Yay, Ukraine!" But Palestine's been like getting like has been encircled and sieged forever, and everyone forgot about Syria, Libya, Iraq, Yemen, Bosnia, Kashmir. Like, geez. Like, I even forgot about Kashmir and Bosnia. I thought we took care of Bosnia and Yemen. Are they still? They're still going on, right? There's still a famine there. Like, I don't know. Did we stop our arms deal with Saudi Arabia? Like, God, things are so complicated. Libya, geez, Syria. Oh, okay, so like, sure, Russia is like attacking Ukraine, but Russia also attacked Syria. Like, the Syrian people were also looking for freedom, and Russia just rolled over them. Russia, like, Bashar Assad used chemical weapons on his own people to kill them. And Russia used their jets to maintain air superiority. They didn't, like, the rebels there didn't get Western assistance. They didn't get Stinger missiles to stop the Russian Air Force from bombing them. And yeah, like, Assad, like, used chemical weapons on his own people. And what happened? So I'm afraid Russia is going to step up, after being frustrated with the success with Ukraine's success. I'm afraid Russia's going to step up and become like Syria. Because what's stopping them? We've already kicked him out of SWIFT. We've already nuked we've already sanctioned all his sanctions. Like, we've already isolated Russia as much as we can do. What else can we do to him? Short of conflict. Because, once we get to armed conflict, it's World War III. So we need to not be in armed conflict with Russia. Direct armed conflict. I mean, we're kind of in proxy war with Russia, but we've been in proxy war with Putin forever. That's what Donald Trump was about. And it's hilarious. It's hilarious because you hear all the Putin sympathizers. You hear them all say, "Oh, if Donald Trump were in power, then Putin would not have invaded." Yeah, that's right, because Donald Trump would have helped Putin in staging a coup in Ukraine. So Putin wouldn't have to invade. He would have just overthrown the government. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the West is in a proxy war with Putin, not with Russia. See, we got to make the distinction. We have to discern between the Russian state, which is autocratic, which means it answers to no one but itself. Autocratic, the Russian state, and the Russian people who are subjects of the state. They're not citizens of a republic in which they can vote and make their voices known. They are subjects, like a king, like a peasant is a subject to the king. The peasant doesn't have a representative to go talk to the king and say, hey, king, why don't you, I don't like it that you're doing this shit. You can't do that to a king. The king will kill you. You're a subject. You have nothing. You get no power. You have nothing. The Russian people have zero power in the autocratic government. They have zero ability to influence their government. If they protest, the police come and arrest them and take them away and put them in jail. Maybe hurt them, maybe kill them. I don't know, but you ever been arrested? I haven't ever been arrested. I never want to be arrested. It will mess me up. It would mess me up. I don't even have to do anything, but just be arrested, and it would mess me up because that would put my name in the newspaper. It would wreck my reputation. It would be, it would be all over. I would have to explain, why were you arrested? Like, just the arrest would mess me up. Just the arrest. You can beat the rap, but you can't beat the ride. So discern between Putin and the oligarchs, the rich who have all the power and who direct and who control the forces of the state, and the Russian people who are subjects of that state, who have no power to alter or change the behavior of the state. They are subjects. They're basically, I call them subjects, but really, they're, in Putin's view, they are objects. They are things. The Russian people is a thing through which Putin achieves his subjective goal. See, that's funny. That's the funny thing about academic language. It's all reversed, and it doesn't have to be. And because of that reversal, it makes it hard for me to talk to you. So, all right, okay, because I want to come back. I'm gonna. Okay. Shit. God damn it. In philosophy, in a story, you have the subject of the story, the protagonist, the hero of the story. This is who the story is about. And then you have all this other stuff that's not the hero. There's the hero, and then there's the stuff that's not the hero. So it's like the monster that the hero has to fight. It's the mentor that helps the hero. It's the lover who makes the world beautiful and inspires the hero. It's the artists who cover up some of the dirty and make signs that point to the truth. But that's the thing, right? There's the hero, and then there's all the things that's not the hero that help the hero tell the thing, which is the story, the overarching, the bigger thing, because inside the story emerges. The story emerges from the actions of the Okay, so back in the day, I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, with my little group of friends, and we had our way of doing it. And then one day, the DM was like, "I'm tired of being DM. Let's go play with this other group so some other guy can DM." And we're like, "Okay, sure, let's do it." So we go over to this other group, to their house, and let them DM. But for them, their rules are totally different. And in their world, in the world that we like, I basically warped my character from one campaign to their campaign. I just warped them. And in their world, like I had in my old campaign, I had my entire system mapped out. The whole thing, the whole magic system, everything mapped out. And now I'm warped into this new world, and my entire magic system that I had mapped out was like gone because the DM does it different. and he was like, yeah, the way I do magic is through dances. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you do dances. That's how you do magic. I'm like, you don't do like incantations. You don't do gestures or magic words. He's like, no, we do dances. But I'm like, but wait a minute. Like in the books, it says like you got to do certain things. He's like, yeah, but I do it different. We do dances. And like I couldn't get around it. I couldn't get my head around it. So that was like the only time we played. Because I was like, I can't figure it out. What do you mean? Dances? Do you do magic? It didn't make sense to me. And then it wasn't until years later that I got it. But why do I start talking about dances for magic as a dancing as a form of magic? Oh man, I went too far before I went out too far. Damn it. Can I go back? Let me see. So dances is a form of well, okay. The reason why that makes sense to me, why suddenly years later that makes sense to me, is because when you look at the world in instead of like when you look at the world as or when you look at reality as still being connected, like there's the present moment, there's the present here and now that we're in right now experiencing, but the 1 minute ago is still there. So from my experience, I'm separate from the 1 minute ago. Like there's nothing behind me. Like I'm independent, free to move in all 6 directions. But but if I were to like move up a few dimensions and look down on the dimension I'm in as a whole, as a complete whole, I would see that I was still connected to that 1 minute ago. Because I couldn't have gotten to the present moment unless I had been back at that 1 minute ago. And I couldn't have been at that 1 minute ago unless before the 1 year ago I'd been doing whatever I'd been doing. It's all connected. So instead of looking at this one moment here as a complete separateness, you look at it as like tracers. And everything's connected in one long trace as a dance all the way back. So people are constantly dancing, doing a rhythmic, waking up at a certain time, getting up, doing the shower, doing the brushing the teeth, eating. Everyone around the world is constantly dancing. Constantly dancing. We're all dancing. Always. And some dance better than others. But we're all dancing. Even if you're sitting there. Because you eventually have to get up to do biological stuff. So if it's the potty dance, then it's the dance you do, but you got to do it. Everyone's dancing. Okay, I forgot why I started talking about that. Oh man, I need to go. I went too far. I went too far out there. Discernment, Russian people, subjects, objects, the story. There we go. Okay. 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 So the hero of the story is the subject, and like the environment is like not the hero, so it's the object. You can use that so the subject of the story and the object is the thing through which the hero is realized. So it's by going through this story that we realize who the hero we realize, and the hero in that story realizes who the hero is. Self-realization. So the hero realizes him or herself or itself through the object of the story. The story is the thing through which the hero realizes themselves. You can use that idea for all of history. You can find out who the story is about, and you can find out how that hero, how that subject realizes itself. So the way it works through history is like the ruling class are the subjects, are the heroes, quote quote, the heroes. It's what the story is about. Are the ruling class. The ruling ideas of an age are the ideas of a ruling class, are the ideas of the ruling class. So the story is about the ruling class. When you hear their poetry, it's about their ideals and what they've considered to be good and the best. Okay. So, but what that does is that creates a division, right? When you have a division between the subject and the thing through which the subject self-actualizes, if that thing through which the subject self-actualizes is a human, that's alienation. You just cut yourself off from humanity, from yourself, because we're all one. So if you need to objectify another human being in order to self-actualize, you're not going to actually self-actualize. It's going to be a shell. It's going to be a flawed version of self-actualization. So we're going through history, all of history like that. In the beginning, all the humans were hanging out together. No problem. But then some humans figured out agriculture. Agriculture was real hard, but if you did it, you had a surplus. A surplus that's never ever happened in the history of life. The way life works is there's no such thing as surplus. Everything is like, there's no such thing as surplus, no such thing as waste. One thing's waste is another thing's food. It's a big, huge chain, interlocking chain. There's no such thing as surplus in nature. So when humans came up with the surplus through agriculture, they had extra calories. Like, that never happened. That never happened. What do you mean extra calories? There's what? No, you don't get extra calories. There's never been extra calories. What do you do with extra calories? Holy crap, we've never had extra calories ever. Extra calories. What the hell is this? Extra calories. Well, that created, boom, the first division. The first division with extra calories. Because some of the humans said, oh, well, me and my friends, those extra calories, those are our extra calories. And you just go ahead and keep making these calories. You have enough, you'll keep living, but the extra, that goes to us. And if you don't like it, well, it hurts you. Do you see? That's the first time. This group self-actualized itself by exploiting this other group and taking the extra. And now they have extra. So they got big and strong. They're bigger and stronger because they got extra calories. So then they saw other groups. These other groups, they didn't do agriculture. They didn't stop and sit in one spot and work real hard to get little seeds out. They didn't do that shit. That's hard work. Forget you. We're just gonna go with the flow. Where the animals go, we'll go. Where the food goes, we'll go. If the weather changes, we'll change. If there's not enough food, we'll shrink. If there's extra food, we'll grow. That's just the way it is. That's just natural. But this other group with extra calories, because agriculture, they're like, yo, we need people. What if we got more people to work on this extra hard agriculture stuff? Let's do it. So they went out and they kidnapped and stole people, tribes who were just wandering through. And they took slaves. They're basically slaves. So you see the beginning of extra became the beginning of extra gave rise to the division in society, in humans. No longer were we all humans just hanging out together, chilling, vibing. Now, some of us have extra calories and have changed the way we relate and have made other people work real hard to get those extra calories. And that changed everything. That was the beginning of history. His story. Not everyone's story, but this guy's story in particular. So then now you have the beginning of history. The great king, ruler, rah, 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 led the people of da, da, da. Like they had people before who were leaders, but the leader wasn't leader because of violence. They were leader because everyone agreed that they were leader. And if the leader said something dumb that no one liked, people just didn't do it. And the leader was like, okay. There was no like, listen to me or I'll kill you. There was none of that. Come on. Okay. So we're going out through history. We're going through history. And the whole point is to try to re-merge, to recombine these humans who separated themselves. We're trying to come back together. We're trying to make the story not just about the story of this one little group or this one little guy and who uses all of humans to write their one little story. We are trying to combine this group and this group into one so that the subject, the story is about all of us. And the way we achieve the story of all of us is through all of us together. Now, when you have a government, an autocratic government like Russia, they maintain that division between the people and the government. They're separate. That's why we can't just go in with bombs and go, oh, blah, 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 and kill the Russian army and kill the Russian people, because they have they are objects. They don't have agency. They're not free to control the government and the state. They're basically possessed, is a way of putting it. They're a body that's been possessed by a bad spirit. That bad spirit is Putin. You're not going to get rid of the bad spirit by killing the body. You're not going to get rid of the bad spirit like that. There's got to be other ways of doing it. And so we're trying sanctions to make it so that it's just the bad spirit leaves. But yeah, that's the idea, right? To remove as many barriers between us as possible so that the story can be about all of us and not just about that little group. Like right now in America, like the oligarchs in America want the story to be about them. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. F those guys, dude. Those guys are terrible. Look at their big like ego thing about first private person in space. Who cares? Like we're on the verge of climate catastrophe. Like why don't you use your billions of dollars to help us there? Oh, that's right. Because you're using America in order, as you're treating America as an object, the world as an object to write your subjective history that excludes everyone else. That's no better than Putin. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are no better than Putin. The record of American diplomacy. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me start over. I don't know. I forgot where I got this from. The record of American military policy between 1945 and 1960 suggests that not de Tocqueville, but Fisher Ames provided Ames provided the most accurate picture of constitutional democracy in foreign affairs. A monarchy or despotism, Ames suggested, is like a full rigged sailing ship. It moves swiftly and efficiently. It is beautiful to behold. It responds sharply to the helm. But in troubled waters, when it strikes a rock, its shell is pierced, and it quickly sinks to the bottom. A republic, however, is like a raft, slow, ungainly, impossible to steer, no place from which to control events, and yet endurable and safe. It will not sink, but one's feet are always wet. If we're going to get through this, we're going to get through this together with everyone. It's not going to be a small little group who's going to take off into Mars and have their own colony because they're rich. We got to get through this together with all of us. So Ukraine's fight is our fight. The Ukrainian people want to be free. It's our fight. The Syrian people want to be free. It's our fight. The Palestinian people want to be free. It's our fight. The Libyan people want to be free. It's our fight. Oh, I should get a bed. I should get a bed. A bed. I should get a couple beds. There we go. Oh, I should bring stuff since I'm here. What do I need to bring back? Soul sand. I'm a soul man. And then I need powdered snow. I should learn how to use this. Glass. Okay. And then soul sand. Where's my soul sand? Okay. Glass. I need more glass. I need to go get sand. I'm almost out of glass. And there's no sand on this island. So that's probably my next big adventure. After I make the skeleton grinder, I need to go I need to like locate a source of sand, which probably means I need to travel far, which means I'm going to want to make another portal to get there easier. Yeah, hold on, Ukraine. Like, if the Russian people can rise up against Putin, or if the Russian military can just stop before any more people die, that would be great. Because Russia doesn't care about you, or Putin doesn't care about you, Russia. Putin does not care about you. He will destroy you for his own ambitions. He treats you like an object, like a thing. You need to leave Putin. You need to get rid of him. He's like a bad boyfriend. Like, we can't go in there and do it for you. Like, you have to do it yourself. You have to be like independent. I don't know. I mean, we can help as much as we can, but like, a bed. So no, I need that. Yep, on the side of the mountain. Okay. Okay, America, until next time. Like, all we can do is hold on to each other and hang out and like endure. There's a reason for this. There's a purpose for this. We're moving towards something. We just got to hang together and hold on to our ideals. Look at President Zelensky. He could have ran. He had every opportunity. We gave him all these ways out. All these ways out. He could have left at any time, and he chose not to. He chose to stay and to fight for what he believes in. Yeah. He chose to fight against fascism and to defend democracy. So if if President Zelensky can do it, I think we should all look to him and follow his example and the Ukrainian people and defend democracy here at home. So until next time, peace. Pogokiro out. Stop.